Hello, my name's Ethan, and I am doing the Calc BC 2001 question number 1. So, for this question, it's a vector question, so it's fairly straightforward. So, here we go. Alright, so the question says, an object moving along the curve in the xy plane has a position xt, yt at time t, and it gives you dx over dt dy over dt, which are shown right there. So part A asks, write an equation for the tangent line to the curve at 4, 5. So dy over dt divided by dx over dt equals dy over dx. So you have the 3 sine of t squared over cosine t cubed at t equals 2. So you solve for the 2 and you get sine 4 over cosine 8, and then that gives you 15.604. So you have your point slope formula, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So you have your 5 and your 4, and they give you those coordinates, so it's just y minus 5 equals 15.604 times the x minus 4. So you only get the 1 point for the tangent line, and it's all or nothing. Alright, moving on. So the second part asks, find the speed at time equals 2. So this, you get 1 point for the answer, but if you mess up, you get nothing. So speed formula is square root of dx squared plus dy squared. And you plug it in your calculator, so you get cosine 8 squared plus 3 sine 4 squared, and that gets you 2.275. So that's part B. And moving on to part C. It asks, find the total distance traveled by the object over the time interval 0 from t to 0 to 1. And distance formula is integral of a to b of the speed formula, dt. And it's from 0 to 1, so it's integral of 1 above 0 of square root of cosine of t squared plus 3 sine t squared, t cubed for cosine, plus 3 sine t squared dt, and you get 1.458. This question, you get 2 points for the distance integral. You get 1 point off if you have for each error on the integral, and you get minus 1 point off if you have an error on the 0 to 1. And you get 1 point for the answer, so it's 3 points total for this specific question. Part D asks, find the position at time equals 3. So we have x of 3 and y of 3. So we already know at t equals 2, it's 4, 5. So to find x, it's 4 plus distance traveled from 2 to 3. So it's just the integral from 3 to 2 of cosine of t cubed dt. So you plug that in your calculator and you get 3.953. So this, you get 1 point for the definite integral of x and 1 point for the answer of x equals 3. So y, you have your 5, which is already given, and from 3 to 2, the integral, and then sine t squared times 3. So the answer is just 4.906. The coordinates respectively are 3.953, 4.906 at t equals 3. So other questions you can do for chapter 13, vector functions. You have other derivatives, other integrals, distance problem, speed problems if you need extra work. Also, Khan Academy is a good resource for videos and problems. And overall on this, you just want to make sure you have your speed formulas down, your distance formulas down, make sure all your signs are correct. Remember, use the information they already give you to solve for the questions, because vector questions are pretty straightforward just as long as you know the formulas and how to do them correctly. And there are also other AP questions shown on the website that Ms. Fry gave us. So if you want to do other questions like that, that's possible. So yeah. As previously mentioned, here are some other questions. So as we scroll down, we have 2000, number 4, another vector question, 2003, number 2, 2004, number 3, 2011, number 1, and 2015, number 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra questions with solutions if you need extra practice.